Peace, peace. How everybody doing? Today's video is quite simple. I really just wanted to um, shout out to all of my millennials. I was sitting here thinking about just life, and it made me think about this generation of, my generation of millennials, which is also known as Generation Y. Which is very quite fitting for who we are. Um, I feel like we are the generation that kind of pushed things a little further. Um, but millennials are, I believe, 81 to 96. Correct me if I'm wrong. Some places might have like 1980 to 94. So between that time frame is considered millennials. And shout out to us because we are different. Every generation is different. I think what separates the millennials from previous generations is we were the first ones to have access to the internet, which exposed us to a lot of different things, more information, more cultured things, more truths, more lies. And we have been exposed, which is a curse and a gift. And we decided to run with it. One thing that I admire about the millennial generation is our ability to seek help. And when I say that, I mean when it comes to like mental help and therapy, getting our mental state together. Because listen, it's a wonderful time to be alive. Let me just say that. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And I feel like we were the generation that took advantage of the information and kind of ran with it. Now, it's always a scale. It's always a balance. You have those who choose to stay in that old mind frame of, just for an example, like, I don't know about y'all, but we pretty much grew up on what happens in this house stays in this house. The millennial generation is kind of that generation that severed that cord, and it was like, look, mentally that's unstable for me and it's not gonna work for me. So we gonna go ahead and seek some kind of therapy, or talk to other people. But again, I just wanted to shout out to the millennials. We are making a lot of changes in this world. It may seem small in the moment, but I guarantee you when our kids grow up and they have children and we become grandparents, we will really see the impact that we made on this world. And I'm proud to be a millennial. So, yes, put down you guys this generation. I would love to know what generation you are in. The generation before millennials was Generation X, which was my mother's generation. Shout out to y'all too. But again, like I said, what separates us from every generation, even the ones after us, is we were the first ones with the internet exposure. So we grew up here, and like I said, it's been a gift and a curse. But overall, I'm looking at it from a glass half full. Overall, I feel like we've done a pretty good job. Um, and we are that generation, I feel like, that is still left with some old school information in us, you know? Uh, like we were the generation that had to come home before the street lights came on, you know? We were the generation that rode bikes still and played outside, and you know, we didn't have cell phones. You know, we were the last ones to have house phones, and to still know what it is to have a house phone attached to your wall, and you know, it just, you know, those things. So I am proud to be a millennial. And again, I just wanted to shout out to all my millennials. And yeah, put your generation down below. And I'll be coming up with more topics, you guys, more videos. Today was just one of them days. I'm like, look, we need to pat ourselves on the back because we have made some moves out here. You know, I think the millennials made up about 140,000 new businesses, and I'm sure it's way more than that. But we should be proud of ourselves and continue to make these moves, continue to heal and become whole. We know that healing never stops. You are never truly healed, honestly, because if you were, you wouldn't be here. There'd be no more lessons to learn. But the fact that we seek help and we expose our children to new information, we expose our children to different lifestyles and different ways of living. It's not so one-sided anymore. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So to grow up in the era where the only information that you guys had access to, when I'm talking about previous generations, the only information y'all had access to is, you know, what your family told you, or what this person did, or how far you traveled, you know, if you were that traveling family. And the thing with millennials is, once we got the internet, we were exposed to other, you know, cultures, and we never even had to step foot there. So it broadened our horizon for sure. I can't say on the flip side of things that it made us more lazy. It's always two sides to a coin. Even though we were exposed to more information, we did lack that I don't want to say drive. We lacked the work ethic in a way, because things just became more fast for us. So it's always a positive and a negative. But overall, I feel like we've done a pretty good job, and we're continuously doing a good job. And yeah, shout out to us, y'all. So I will see y'all later, and peace.